Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome to the channel, honey. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I wanted to go live real quick because I came across a snippet over on the Jasmine brand about Christian Keys, okay? And girl, Mr. Christian Keys spent a lot of time over there on his Instagram, where he pretty much came out calling out a particular powerful executive in the Hollywood industry, and he is accusing this person of SAing him or whatnot. So what I decided to do, girl, I said, I have not listened to the full live. I've been hearing that he said certain things in this full live, but I have not heard it in its entirety. So I wanted to pull the live up so that we can all, listen to it together and see who is he talking about, because he doesn't necessarily name anybody. Okay, he doesn't name anyone, but from my understanding, he drops clues about who the hell he's really talking about. Okay, now I'll be honest, I immediately thought of TP when I first heard it, because that's the only person that I can think of that I can link him to that he has worked with in the past. Okay, but then I was like, well, maybe it's not him because of all the Queen's men, right? I was thinking about the show that Christian created, produced, all of that through that person's network or whatever. And he's also acting on the show. So for me, I was just thinking to myself, like, maybe it's not them, but a lot of the fans in the comments are speculating that that's exactly who it is. So I just wanted to pull the live up so we could watch it and listen to it together, girl, because this here, it's messy, girl. It's messy. And I'm like, let me tell y'all, it's giving bussy wide open, bussy wide open. It's giving bussy wide open for the entertainment industry. Okay, this year. That's what it's giving. Okay. People are getting called out and people are getting exposed. Okay. And I feel bad for a lot of victims that's been holding in a lot of stuff for years out of fear or whatever. But it seemed like, girl, the day of reckoning is here. But I'm gonna stop talking, girl, so I can pull it up on the screen and we can see exactly what it is. Mr. Christian Keys, who is an actor, for a lot of people that do not know, he has acted in a lot of plays with Mr. Perry. Okay. He has a show called All the Queen's Men that is expected to return in January. So he's working on that under Mr. Perry. So I'm not saying who it is. I don't know. Christian didn't say who it is. So we all gonna have to read in between the lines on who we think it is, because fans are indeed speculating. Okay. Now, before we get to his video and we listen to it, I did want to check out a few of the comments of what people had to say. And one of the first very lengthy comments that I do see is Miss Claudia Jordan. And this is what Claudia says, okay? She says, you shared a piece of this with me when we first met, maybe 15 years ago, she says. She says, and you said that one day you would come forward, and you did. She says, and I'm so proud of you. Do not beat yourself up for waiting. She says, it's hard, especially as a man. Okay, this is what Miss Claudia is saying. Now, can I say this? That I interject right here? I feel a little bad because I have always questioned, and this really has nothing to do with him, being violent or anything, but I have always questioned like what he was really into or whatever. But it just made me think of that in that moment. But whatever he's into, I will say, don't nobody deserve to be, violated in any way or disrespected or to feel uncomfortable in environments, especially when it comes to the fucking workplace. Like that is so cringy. But let's keep going, okay? And there is so much I could say when I think about the whole Hollywood stuff and how people throw their weight around and things, you know what I'm saying? So I believe what he's saying. I'm just trying to find out who it's about, girl. But anywho, let's keep going. So Claudia says, do not beat yourself up for waiting. It's hard, especially as a man. She says, I know it's scary and embarrassing and uncharted territory, but you did it. I will stand with you on this as your friend because I know it's true, because this is the same vibe and tone and story you shared from 2008, I believe. Congratulations to you for not going along to get along. I know that's right. For not going along to get along. And that's what I'm thinking about when I think about the Hollywood entertainment industry. So many people do go along to get along, go against their morals and everything, all because they want to get a bit of success, fame, whatever the case is, right? But she goes on to say, and being able to look at yourself in the mirror as you shave in the morning. She says other men and women will be saved and feel heard because of your bravery. Love you, friend. Now, what we have learned over the past few months and even years prior is when there is a victim of a person, you're not the only person that has been violated. There are more. Now, the question is whether or not more people are going to come out and start speaking, considering the fact that everything that's been happening in New York with people that's been, serving civil suits to their abusers and accusers or whatever. Some people have been feeling inspired and empowered to come to the front and, share their piece and get their big one in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right, but let's go ahead and keep going. Tammy Roman also leaves a comment. She says, Christian, I've been around you several times, and you are such a light who walks with integrity and peace. I'm sorry you've experienced this, but I commend your bravery. In this instance, your bravery is selfless and will protect so many who could go through this after you. I think also protecting those that have gone through it along with you. She goes on to say, you are the person with the strength and protection from God to handle this journey. That's why, as you stated, it's a difficult decision. It's been heavy on you, but you feel overwhelmingly compelled to speak on it. That's God saying it's time and to step out, for he will be with you. Just know when there's a Goliath in front of you, come on, there's a David inside of you. My prayers are with you as you heal from this trauma. All right. So that is what two notable people said. That's Tammy Roman and that's Claudia Jordan. All right. So we just heard from them. It seems like Claudia is heavily supporting him as she has been privy to some details years ago. Okay. So with that being said, we're about to go ahead and play this audio, and I need y'all to let me know who y'all think this could be about based on the details that Christian is about to share with us. Okay, so let's get into this.
Let me cut the TV down. It don't need to be this loud. What's going on, y'all? I want to talk to you about some stuff, and it's been on my heart, so I want to speak on it. All right. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing amazing. I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that, because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got at the same time this person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking a long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11:11. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for another opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sins, my shortcomings, my bad decisions, and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as only you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a presentation. If I see 11:11, I try to have another conversation with God. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen. That's interesting. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. Some of them are people who you're like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that. I at some point soon it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since '05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or
That is a pen, okay, that records audio for the people that's questioning what is in his hand, okay? It's a recording device that looks like a pen.
a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as Black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes. Sometimes it's the very people we deify, and we look up like, oh, they're doing so much. They're doing so much. No, they're also doing this. And my only reservation about naming the people, there was directors along the way like, hey, you read for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume, and I'm good. If I can handle that or not. I can kill that, but I don't need to come up to your apartment. We already had the audition. There's other people that I want to say everything, and my brother was like, nah, not yet. I want to tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere.
This is sad. I believe him too. Everything.
I want to speak on it. And the good news is that they don't even have to believe me. Hopefully they would, but even if they don't, they can hear this person. Since sexual harassment started, I've carried many recorder devices on me, keychains, pens, thumb drives with a charged battery that get 6, 7, 8 hours, all the above. So I have the conversations. I really want to air that shit out because it bothers me when I'm alone at night. Like, man, the world is celebrating this person and they don't even know the shady and predatory way in which this person moves and the way that, you know, predators resent the prey that gets away. So when you don't say yes, when you don't say, okay, I'll acquiesce and, you know, sign up and literally and figuratively play ball, because we're not doing that, they resent you. This is a conversation we're going to have and we're going to have soon because it bothers me in my spirit that I can forgive people. That's one thing. But yeah, P, we don't play ball. That's my brother in there. And he knows the real deal. He knows the who. I'm good. Somebody said, you don't look okay. I'm okay. I have peace. I'm literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me.
Not the
Because he
next
was
8.
watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all. I know some of y'all, hopefully y'all have no kids around, but I didn't sell nothing for success. It's like, nah, that's not what I want. You know, I ain't into that. I ain't into dudes. I got an only beard in the bed policy. Mine is the only beard in the bed. Yeah, we ain't doing none of that. I don't get out like that.
Well, he didn't answer my damn question. Shame on me for thinking. But I'm with the person that just commented.
And these people kept on for years. Sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And where I'm at now is that in the middle of the night, I think about if I'm brave enough to name the person. I'll take a polygraph live. I'll take 5 polygraphs live. And I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This person is a predator and he's one of several. And it's a shame, man.
It is.
But I think it's time.
Yeah.
I want to, and I know, P, I know you on here. I want to say everything now. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. I intentionally let the statute of limitations expire.
Really?
It's not about money, but I'm going to have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual.
What?
I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100 grand.
What?
To take my clothes off.
Huh?
He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked.
What?
I declined. Because again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around.
This is.
But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else. So he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him. I told him over and over. And he still always tried shit. tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept.
Oh, girl, I thought he was gonna play it, bitch. I thought he was gonna play the audio, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you.
On me. Always, even if my phone is off. Something else is, if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me. So I can protect myself, because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, then they can also try to get in the way of your work.
I just want to intercept here and say, lucky for him with Georgia, it's like I think it's like one party state or whatever. Basically, he can record the person without having to get permission from them, as long as he is an active participant in that conversation. So he's good. Now, I don't know about these other states, when people have recorded folks and all of that. I don't know if, you may not be able to use that in court or whatever, but he's good. So shout out to him for that, girl.
I want to speak on it. I also want to keep making great things and creating jobs and opportunities. But, oh no, I got backups for the backups for the backups for the backups. I've watched way too many Jason Bourne movies not to have 15 backups. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 to strip. You'll know right away, and it'll break your heart. I won't have to say the person's name, but I can and I will. I don't mind doing a polygraph or 3 or 5 on live TV, and I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This industry is something else. It's wonderful, and we get to chase our dreams, and we get to live other lives. I get to be a judge or an FBI agent. I get to be a girl dad. And some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively
preying on you,
just trying to fuck you. I have documentation from the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for.
What?
Offering me $100,000 to strip. It's time. I really want to just clear the air, because I'm tired. And then where I'm at now, if it still feels like that person is fucking with you just to fuck with you, just to mess with you. The industry can be wonderful. I'm grateful, be clear, that this person showed me how not to be. When I'm a boss, people get daps and church hugs. The attractive women that work on even on my shows, my productions, they getting daps and church hugs. That's it. Because this person showed me how not to be when I'm in charge, and when I built something, and when I created something. I hear you, Pernell. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna dial it back. You get on my nerves because I know you're right, but it's in my fucking bone marrow, and I'm tired of this person gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on, if you gonna have.
Okay, at this point, I'm gonna just be writing down clues, bitch. So the first one was a PR stunt. Who has been doing PR stunts?
We're gonna have a conversation, y'all, really soon.
We having one now.
Really, really soon.
We having one now.
Really soon. And I thank God that he made me the way that I am, because I know he sat back and watched, like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you going to acquiesce and take this movie that's going to make 60, 70, 80 million dollars? Are you going to take this picture? Are you going to go to that late night audition, that late night table read? No, you ain't built me like that. I'm beat, shot at, stomped out more than most of the people that are here on this live put together. P, I'm gonna call you in a minute. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna air it out, but I'm so fucking close because I'm tired. I'm tired. And it needs to be told. And the bad part is I'm gonna be painted as the villain when I was the one that was sexually harassed for years, bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. And I'm going to be painted as the villain because y'all have deified this person. And then if a person tells you over and over, first of all, in general,
years,
you have no right to touch anybody. None.
Mm-hmm.
None. Now, that's why I'm careful. Like when I do my shows and everything, you know, it says church hugs. I put the veils on and I kiss people on the hair up here. Nothing sexual, nothing weird, nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trusting that, you know, the fans will receive that out of a place of love and connection. But you are not allowed to touch somebody without their permission.
Facts.
Not
your
allowed
hands
to try
to your
to
damn self.
touch them in a sexual or private place without their permission. And if they've already declared, like, hey, bruh, I get that that's your thing, but I like black women and Hennessy. And so miss me with the bullshit, because I'm never going to be open to that. I'm never going to swing at that pitch. Like I'm batting for this team over here. God made ovaries and fallopian tubes and vagina, labia majora, labia minora. Uterus. It's just wonderful over here. So I'm gonna stay over here, like chill. And then this person still tries to grab you, physically grab you. Cassie speaking out has reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through it, because it lasted for years. But her speaking out, people need to know. And the funny thing is, predators like that, they resent the prey that got away. Mm-hmm. They resent the prey that got away, the prey that didn't fold, the prey that didn't acquiesce and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take this L and sacrifice my morals for this opportunity. Nah. That was around the time that I was considering going back to Michigan, 08, 09, because work was slow, and the work that was coming was offered with a side of penis. And yeah, that don't do nothing for me. Mm-mm. I'm batting for your team. So, at some point soon, I've spoken with my attorney trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's never been about money. I literally intentionally let the statute of limitations pass. It's not about money or being able to sue. But at some point, really soon, the police report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over the recordings of the inappropriate behaviors and the inappropriate offers, and I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. And y'all can hear him.
We're going to have to protect Christian, y'all, because the person already know where he stay. So he gonna have to be very careful because he's already letting them know how he's gonna be moving in the coming days and weeks by 2024. So we're gonna have to protect him in some type of capacity. So, girl, this is crazy here.
His voice is very distinctive, and I wanna empty. I'm tired of carrying this shit. There's a reason now why I fight more than ever when somebody wrongs me, and why I almost too aggressively speak up is because I wasn't brave enough to then, and I regret not being able to be strong enough, and I resent that part of me that wasn't strong enough to speak up about it. It's taking everything in me not to air out everything and put all the recordings online, put all the paperwork and the PDFs online. There's no reason that this person's company would be on the bill of sale for a vehicle unless it's right after the timestamped recording of him offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't have to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I'm like, the fuck? What? Like, you know, I'm not into that. I don't fuck around like that. I don't do that. What the fuck? What? Leave. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out. I thought you were my brother and my friend. And this definitely has nothing to do with my brother who's in here. Be clear. I thought this person was a brother type figure, a mentor type figure. But for you to continuously throw these opportunities, you know good and damn well all it ever was you pretending to be a mentor trying to get some ass. That'll never happen. I don't bat for that team. Yeah, but I gotta get off of here and talk to my brother because I'm so fucking close to just airing everything out. I'm just dumping everything online in the morning. I'm tired, man. I'm not forgiving myself. I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't brave enough back then because somebody said, forgive yourself. KG, it's heavy on my heart, man. And I'm tired. And we around here deifying people that go out and do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pay off this, and I'm gonna pay off that, and I'm gonna pay off that. But at the same time, these same people are predators. I'm not blaming myself for saying no. I'm not blaming myself for almost quitting acting. I'm just mad at me for not being brave enough to say something sooner. That's the only thing that I regret. I wish I'd have been brave enough. I'm him now. I know who I am. I know who God built me to be. And I'm not afraid of those consequences. My concern is that a lot of y'all are going to be like, man. And your immediate reaction is going to be like, oh, well, we got to protect our deity. We got to protect. It's going to have to happen. I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work.
Ooh.
But yeah, you get a grown ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bent, so I'm after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where. I'm sleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis.
What?
He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not breaking multiple bones in this person's face. Like beating the dog shit out of this person, right? Because that's available to me at all times. That inner grizzly bear is always available, but in the moment, I'm like, what the fuck? And but you got a guy that's a billionaire, and I got $3,000.
Wait a minute.
And
there was a big B word. Okay. That's another clue. I got PR stunts. This been happening for years. And then the next one is billionaire. I feel like it ain't too many of them. It ain't too many of them. Now, see, he didn't say whether this person is black or this person is white. He did not say that. He just said this person is a billionaire. Okay. So I don't know, girl, but I'm going to be looking.
My bank account. Who they going to believe? Right? I got that $3,000. That's my son's mom's rent for next month. You know, got to make sure little man's taken care of. That's my rent. And that's a little bit for the gas tank, and the rest of it, I can go to the dollar store and get some bread and bologna and hot dogs.
At the dollar store, not Christian, baby.
And, you know, I can get by. Work was slow, and a lot of the work that was coming it had penis attached to it. I'm like, fuck that, man. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm about to do. I regret not speaking up then, not being brave enough to, and I regret not hurting this person. Because I got a big heart. Mother had a big heart.
He sound like you're gonna cry. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Mother's heart was just big as Flint, Michigan. She was like, look, little yellow boy, you finna come and you gonna be a part of my family. And I always try to think about things, you know, and not lash out, even though I wanted to, even though I want to. I'm mad at me for not hitting him. I'm mad at me for not speaking up and saying something. Because between that year and now, how many young Black actors
have experienced this, huh?
Have fell for that?
Yeah, for sure.
How many of them? And you can hear him say it on you can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him say that he has several guys, multiple guys on payroll, 6 figures a year, that pop up and they do whatever he wants and they go back home. So they pop in, they grab their ankles, they do whatever he wants. And I'm not fucking do that. I'm not doing that.
Did he say they pop up, grab their ankles? Whoa.
I want to make it that bad. I want to be able to shave in the fucking morning without any grief or any regret or any shame waiting for me in the mirror. There's a trauma that comes with being bullied and intimidated and sexually harassed like that. And the bad part is when the truth comes out, a lot of y'all in here are gonna be like, man, I don't believe it. And you can watch me on whatever news station. I'll take polygraphs live on TV. You can hear the recordings yourself. Person has a very distinctive voice when they offer me $100,000 to take my clothes off. Person has a very distinctive voice when they literally sexually assault me and try to grab my private parts, and I'm blocking their hand like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh, my bad, and tries to do it again. Some of these people are y'all heroes.
Mm-mm.
Some of these people y'all have deified and set up on a stool or on a stoop. It's taking everything in me not to say. But I promise you this. I will promise you this.
Thank you for the super chat.
As an executive on the show, I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be.
I'm sorry. I feel like that's another clue, y'all. I'm sorry. As an executive of a show, which is all the queen's men, he's thankful for this person showing him of what not to be. Girl, the signs, girl, that if the duck is quacking, then it could be. Girl, this is messy.
When you're the boss, how not to be. You don't sexually harass your employees.
Ooh, girl.
You don't pressure them, bully them, try to intimidate them into what you want. I am grateful for that lesson. I'm glad that God sat back, because not only was he watching to see if I was the person that he thought he had made, but he was letting me see who I am. And I'm grateful for it, because it let me know, and that gave me a lot of my bravery. I thank God that he just sat back and watched. It's going to be a conversation really soon. And it won't be a conversation or accusations. Again, I let the statute of limitations run out. It's never been about money. My concern is that this person is still doing it. Still a predator. And it's not okay. And I wish I was brave enough to speak up back then. I was worried that he would get in the way and try to interfere with my work and try to blackball me because he couldn't ball me. Pun intended. It's going to be a conversation had real soon. The beauty of non-disclosure agreements is that even if you do sign them,
yes, he did
speak about certain things, but confidentiality agreements don't, after speaking with several attorneys, they do not prohibit you. They can't prevent you from going to police departments and reporting sexual harassment and giving them your receipts, giving them your recordings, giving them your PDFs. And they don't prevent you from reporting felonies. Sexual harassment is a felony. If you tell a person, if you tell a whole grown man, like, hey, I ain't into dudes, yeah, y'all shut the fuck up. You tell a grown man, I'm not into guys, and he tries to grab your private parts, not once but twice, after trying to climb into bed with you. That is the legal definition of sexual assault.
Thank you so much, Alexis, for the super chat. Who else voice do we know? We know TP voice like no other, and he's a billionaire. I can't even name a white billionaire, let alone recognize their voice. Girl, listen. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, it's heavy on the we see each other. However, because it's allegations, girl, we have to put allegedly in front of it, child. But girl, this, I think everybody sees each other. We know the audience Christian talking to. You right.
So, yeah. And no, I didn't see that documentary.
Damn, damn, dang. That's the 4 clues. Girl, it really was given 3 strikes. You're out on the third one. Mm, mm. For those people that do not know, there was a documentary that was dropped by TP. That documentary is on Amazon. I actually watched it and I thoroughly enjoyed the documentary. You know what I'm saying? But girl, this right here is this is crazy. This is the people be playing in our faces for real.
Yeah, NDA and confidentiality agreement do not cover crimes, and they don't prevent you from taking all your evidence to the police. And then there's a public record. So at some point really soon, this is gonna have to happen. This conversation is gonna have to happen because it's fucking with me. It's bothering me, and it needs to happen. Y'all gonna be disappointed in who it is because y'all been fooled for years. But it's gonna have to happen.
This video was recorded today. He recorded this
Exactly. You
today,
said it. No
not
means
too long
no.
ago.
If I got multiple friends in the industry that are LGBTQ plus. I've had drinks with a castmate and his boyfriend. I don't give a fuck who they sleeping with. I don't give a flying fuck at a Rolling Donut who these people are sleeping with. How do you treat me as a human being? That's what matters to me. That'll be the only thing that affects how I treat you. If you're respectful of my boundaries, then I can have a drink with you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend. I don't care. I don't have heaven to send you to when you leave here. That's God's job to judge you. But what we not gonna do, we're not gonna try to force. Nah, man. It's taking everything in me not to air that out. Everything. I've been carrying this with me for a decade and a half. More.
Damn, that's heavy.
I'm gonna get off of that subject. It's gonna be addressed, and it's gonna be addressed soon. And if anybody has a problem with me telling the truth about predators in this industry, then they are truly part of the problem. And I'll say that out front, so that way, when certain people who are worried about their work that are tied to this person or whatever, it's because they're selfish and they're worried about work. You can't treat people like that. And when I'm the boss, when I'm CEO, when I can make any TV show and film that I want, people are gonna be able to come work with me and know that they don't have to worry about bullshit. They don't have to worry about opportunities being tied to sexual favors. They won't have to worry about being sexually harassed and intimidated and bullied because they didn't acquiesce to the sexual harassment or the attempted sexual assault or any of that. They're gonna be able to show up and work and create amazing and great stuff without that. I was on a show, and if I had done what this actress did, just switching lanes. If I had done what she did, I'd never work again and I'd be in jail. She used to come up and pat me on the jump, like pat my penis, like, "Ooh, okay, I see that print." What? And I checked her. I grabbed her hand right away, checked her, like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't okay. I'll do that shit. I'm going to jail. What are you doing? Dang, she did it again. Violated. Grabbed her hand. I was like, stop. That shit ain't funny. We're preparing for a scene. She walks past, cups my equipment, and was like, "Oh, you got some girth."
Whoa.
When I tell you, had that been a dude, I'd have punched them in their motherfucking mouth. If I behaved like this woman, this particular actress had done, in that moment, I'd be in jail, I'd be canceled, and I would never fucking work again.
Now I want to know who this is. Jesus, this is...
You don't get to walk past somebody and be like, "Oh, that's nice," and pat them on their fucking private. What I get to call my job is a blessing, and I love it, and I'm grateful to God about it. Nah, that absolutely wasn't Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Please don't do that. That's my heart. I love her to the moon and back. She's a consummate professional. It was another project. It was a TV and film project, and she felt entitled to do that bullshit. Now, had I said something and she was higher than me on the call sheet, they would have just wrote me out. I'd have died. I told you, Miguel. They'd have wrote my character out and killed them off or whatever. And you're like, okay, boom, this is a series regular. I'm 1, 2, 3 on the call sheet. But that's not okay. It's not okay. Y'all wonder why I stay in my fucking dressing room while we on set.
So this is happening currently?
Bullshit out there. And it's people that don't appreciate and aren't there to honor the opportunity that we have. They're just doing whatever they want to, whatever they feel entitled to. Imagine a man walking past a woman saying, "I see that print poking through." I'm going to jail that very day. But she can do it and continue to work in this industry. And if I report her to the female executives that were on that particular show, it's gonna get swept under the rug because they had already told me, just Christian, just stand here and be pretty. Just stand here and look pretty. While I'm asking about certain things in the scene so I can make it make sense to me intellectually. Just stand there and be pretty. So of course I can't trust. P, give me a minute. Chill out. I'm venting. Of course I can't trust them. Stand there and be pretty. That's that bullshit that men told women for decades.
Yep.
So why the entire fuck is that okay for you to say that to me when I'm asking you the history of a particular scene so I can make it make sense to me honestly here, so that way when the words exit my spirit, it's honest.
Wow, his audio is messing up. Thank you, Tammy Talks, for the super chat. Being able to make any TV show and movie you want and you're a billionaire sounds like TP to me. Listen, thank you so much for the super chat, honey. Thank you.
Right now, because they're probably seeing this and they're wondering if I'm actually going to tip the can over, and I want to. I fucking want to so bad. Because I'm tired of carrying it. I'm tired of carrying and having to deal with the bully and the harassment. Years. Not 1, not 2, not 3. more years of sexual harassment and attempted sexual assault. And I want to air that shit out so bad. I'm having a night, clearly. Pretty boys deserve the same respect as the block button. Go fuck yourself. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 48. I'm not a pretty boy.
48.
Can you hear me now?
He look good.
Can you hear me?
48.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Okay, some people can hear me. Can you? Good. Yeah, it's not, yeah. And if you know me, then you know I'm a grown man. Don't call me pretty boy. That's some bullshit. So, yeah, I needed to vent and get some of this out of my system because there's a vitriol that you carry when you deal with this. And there's a trauma that comes with it because you never know. Like, okay, is this meeting legit? Or is this some bullshit? Is this another one of those meetings where you meet with a black billionaire businessman, and while my manager is there, everything is everything. I got my Kinko's presentation with the plastic cover on it. I paid good money on this, good money. I'm running it down like you can invest in this, that, and the other. As soon as my manager leaves, he moves into a conference room. And I'm like, okay, it's a conference room. Nothing sketchy about this. Didn't realize that the doors on the side of the conference room right there led into his suite. So about 8 or 10 minutes, I'm nervous in my phone. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? What is, okay, you changing? You got to use the bathroom. It's a number 2. Cool. He comes back in silk pajamas, silk robe, right as they're delivering strawberries and champagne like this is Pretty Woman or a fucking date. Now, I'm like, wait, whoa, this ain't that. I'm not him, and this ain't that. I'd love for you to invest in my company. He probably should have, because he would own a piece of All the Queen's Men, the books I've already sold, the 6 or 8 books I'm about to release, all of that. He would have had a piece of all of that monetarily, but he didn't. He was thinking with his dick. And yeah, he came back in, grabbed a strawberry, sat down, and I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. You got my presentation, I'm gone. He's like, are you sure? I said, yeah. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure. He's like, are you sure? That second, are you sure, means if you don't stay and do what I want, you're not going to get what you're hoping for. Now, this particular guy is out here paying tuition for entire classes of HBCU.
Oh, wait a minute. You cannot drop it like this. Because now I got to do, tuition for schools, because now I got to do more research, because what it's giving is Diddy done set up and gave money to, Howard University and some other people, honey. Now I got to go over here and see who the hell you really talking about.
After this sketchy shit, want to air him out too. I'm just tired of carrying this bullshit with me.
Are you talking about more than one?
I'm tired. There are wolves in the hen house. And yeah, it's disappointing because you're like, okay, well, I want to learn from this person, or I want to learn from this person, or maybe partner with this person over here because he's investing in black companies, not knowing that he's a predator. And this person who's supposed to be your mentor is the worst predator of all. It's got to come out at some point. So Just, yeah, you carry shit and it gets heavy. I'm gonna call my brother back. I'm so fucking close to tipping a glass over and just letting the marbles roll wherever they go because I'm tired of carrying it. And it would be easier to just file that police report, name that person for attempted sexual assault, name that person for sexual harassment for years.
That's what it's given.
Turn over the evidence. And then let the world hear him offer me $100,000 to take my clothes off. Thank God he made me the way I am. And I could say no. I was broke as fuck. But I tell you, I would have loved that $100,000. I wasn't finna sell my soul. Oh, wow. Warriors. You talking about the basketball game? Let me go ahead and get you this block button. You can fight with that, Warrior. I'm gonna log off before I spill this shit, man, and fuck up y'all year. Fuck up 2024. Because if you think that Diddy shit was crazy,
oh,
you don't even know. I'm gonna get up on out of here. But this conversation is gonna happen. I'm gonna head down there. I've already been down to I stopped in the parking lot once, and the other time I made it into the lobby of the police station to file it. I had my computer with me and all the recordings. Like I said, when the sexual harassment started, I carried a keychain. I carried multiple pens. Sometimes they only lasted 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes you had to put like a AAA battery in them. But you can hear these offers from the person who made the offer. And I suggest that too. That's why I'm cautious too when people email my manager or my booking agent or whoever, like, hey, I want Christian to be my mentor. I'm afraid to mentor anybody. On set, if we're working on a project together, or you're working on a project I created, ask me what you want to ask me. But individually, separately, I'm afraid because of the bullshit that I had to deal with. And you got these predators still running around, still fucking over people, still screwing people over. And at some point soon, I'm gonna air this shit out. You just gotta ask yourself, are you ready? Because y'all deified some of these people. Y'all made them almost. I said what I have with recordings. You just said, don't say what you have with. I have all of it layered and stacked and proof. You're allowed to record yourself when you feel unsafe. I have all of it. I have all of the inappropriate moments and offers and bullshit. I'm not sorry. Don't say that. I'm with the shit. I'm tired of carrying it. I saw what they did to Terry Crews when he didn't say anything. And yeah, like that doesn't make it comfortable for you to be like, man, I really want to tell the truth about this because I'm sure this person is still out here doing the same thing. And if not, what has he done over the last 15 years? Excuse me, I usually sneeze. Sorry, I have allergies. I usually sneeze twice. What has this person done over the years with other people? When he's on recording talking about how he's got multiple guys on payroll for 6 figures a year to pop up and hold their ankles. This conversation is going to have to happen. And the drop off at the police station is going to have to happen. And y'all going to be disappointed. And that's the bad part. Because a lot of y'all gonna be like, man, no, not him. Yeah, him. And I can be on the news taking a polygraph, which I will gladly. And I'll pass every one. And some of y'all are still won't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop deifying these entertainers. We just human. But some of us are a little more human than others. And some of us actually give a fuck about the people that we work with, the people that we affect, the people that we have an opportunity to create an opportunity for. I love the fact that God let me create a show and there's 150 or 200 people working every single season. That lets me know I'm in my purpose. I don't love the fact that he sat back and let me go through that mess. But I appreciate the fact that he built me strong enough to pass on those opportunities to sell my soul or a body part. Take the scenic route. Take the long way around. I might have to air these recordings and this information out soon because I'm tired of carrying it, man. It's heavy. And I just want to create great shit and great opportunities. And I want beautiful people, women and men, to be able to show up on set and not feel like they got to do something to earn their spot. You're talented and you work hard. You already earned your spot. What I learned from the bullshit was walk away from anything that doesn't serve you or anything that's going to cost me my spirit and my soul. And it's not easy, but it's possible. It's doable. It's possible. Walk away. Godfrey, I appreciate you, brother, man. Most people who know me don't even know most of this shit. It's like 5 people on earth know the stuff that I dealt with. I told my mother, my grandmother, I told my oldest brother who's in here somewhere he's trying to make sure I don't jump off the side of the mountain and tell everything. I want to so fucking bad because I'm tired of carrying it. No, this too shall not pass. This person has done this for person after person after person. This too shall not pass. It needs to be addressed. So, yeah, this conversation is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. I'm just trying to figure out when. But it needs to happen. Like I said, you don't have to believe me. You can hear this person in his very distinctive voice. Once the sexual harassment starts, I have kept one of these on me. It's a recording. I've kept one of them on me for 18 years. So, it's time. I'm tired. I'm tired of carrying that around. I feel like like 2 additional 45-pound plates that I don't need to carry. I'm tired. So, I'm gonna call my brother, ease his mind, because I know he's worried I'm about to air it out over here. I was thinking and my spirit was uneasy and I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Yeah. Some of your heroes, some of your very heroes are taking advantage of people. And I'm grateful to learn that lesson because that way when I'm in a space to where I'm the boss and I'm making decisions and I'm an executive producer now on my show, I can go around and make sure that everybody gets a handshake, a dap, a fist bump, or a church hug, but nobody feels like I felt. I can make sure of that. And it's please and thank you. Yes, please. And thank you. It's all that, everybody. gets treated like the CEO, being treated like somebody's goal of a piece of ass.
Mm. Mm.
Somebody pretending to be your friend, pretending to be a mentor or an older brother figure, when ultimately their goal was just some ass. That shows you how not to be when you're in charge. So I'm grateful for those lessons learned. We're gonna continue this conversation, and we're gonna continue it soon. I'm tired of carrying this, and I know there's others. I feel bad for those dudes that actually said yes. I hit you, Miguel. I hit you after I hit my brother. I feel bad for them because they fell for the pressure. They fell for the opportunity. They're somewhere, working a low-end job, and somebody comes in with this money, and they're like, okay, well, maybe just this once. I guarantee you there's a bunch of them that are going to come out. But I'm glad I didn't sell my soul or my ass.
I know that's right.
I deserve to be here. I earned it. I wrote it. I showed up on these shows and was professional and punctual and prepared and treated everybody there like the CEO. Yes, please. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everything. Because I'm not as a facade. I'm grateful to be here. I love what I do. But when they poison the well with this bullshit, man. One of the biggest reasons I never wanted to say anything is because I didn't want to be the person that broke your heart. I didn't want to be the person that said that your hero, such and such, sexually harassed me for years and tried to sexually assault me.
Mm-mm.
Tried. We're going to continue this conversation at some point soon. It's got to happen. So, but it's traumatic when you deal with that bullshit for years. Years of that bullshit. Years of pressure. Years of intimidation. Years of sideways comments and insults, and everybody else getting a raise, everybody else getting a vacation, everybody else getting to be a part of this new show or this new thing, but because you ain't playing ball, literally and figuratively. I hear you, KG. I'm signing off. I've done enough. I'm tiptoeing on the fucking edge. It's Dirty Diana, and I'm leaning over. I'm gonna go, y'all, before I say too much.
You already did.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Thank you, God, for not making me the kind of man that's going to fuck his way to the middle. Thank you. Thank you for standing back and letting both of us see who I am and who you built. I'm going to keep making shows and keep making films and make sure that people on my productions aren't sexually harassed and bullied and intimidated, and they don't have to deal with attempted sexual assault or inappropriate bullshit. I got you. Thank you for making me the way you made me. I'm going to go because I'm going to say some shit. No, I just prayed, but you know me. Let me call my brother, and I got to call Miguel and check in with KG. Love and appreciate y'all, man. This shit just gets heavy sometimes. Life be lifing. But you carry something like this, and then you got to deal with somebody, and they floating in your face, gloating about this or that or this or that. Like, motherfucker, you do remember, you do know the terror that you exacted upon me and multiple people for fucking years. I'm Xscape. But it's The conversation is going to be had. I guess you just got to figure out if you're going to accept the truth about one of your deities or not. Because it's the truth.
Not one of.
And if I take a polygraph on TV in front of you, you'll know it. And if you hear him offering me inappropriate opportunities, you'll know it. And if you choose not to believe it, then it's on you. But it's got to be dealt with. It's time. I love and appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get out of here before I actually spill it.
All right, y'all. So that was Christian's live, okay? And I told y'all he had a few clues and stuff, PR stunts, years, billionaire documentary. I think he may even referenced a black billionaire. But what was also interesting to me was like the 15 years, because from 2023, like 15 years ago, that was 2008. So I'm going to just check out his IMDb to see who he was working with in 2008. We are going to get to that. I know it's been speculations about a Robert Smith, the billionaire. We also going to, check into that because, girl, when he talked about somebody giving, money or, paying tuition for people, yeah, we'll get into, Robert Smith because that did happen. But we don't know if this is who he's talking about. But yeah, okay. I was thinking Diddy. We got somebody that came into the chat that said otherwise. So we're definitely gonna check that out. But before we do, I want to make sure I get into these super chats really quickly. A measured man says, I am working with the group. We have been in a discovery for 6 years. No lies. Jami, please. We are connected with what is unfolding. See, stop. Balenciaga Steven was my cousin. Okay, I'm not sure what that is, so I'll have to check that out. Thank you so much for the super chat. Measure Man also says that Robert Smith works for the feds. That is how he is getting out of the embezzling. Told y'all we weren't playing anymore. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's Rochelle O says he would have mentioned a clue if it was Diddy. He gave us enough clues. Protect this man. Yes, definitely protect him. He gave us too many clues. Okay. And he gave his moves on what he planned on doing. All right. Thank you so much. It's Rochelle O for the super chat. Tranquil Living. Thank you for the super chat. Sweet baby Jesus. This is messy. It is. It's messy and it's sad. Thank you for the super chat. Capricorn season says it's really giving the last Mama Dukes episode from the Boondock Show. It's most likely true to me. I said what I said. If you know, you know. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm gonna have to go back and check that particular episode out. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Nobly B says, not him offering men hundreds of thousands of dollars while telling women to settle for a light bill. Child, listen to me. Where you gonna go to sleep early, okay? Because you wrong for this right here. As soon as this live is over, you is in timeout and need to take a nap. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat. Because that right there was messy as hell, girl. Okay. Messy as hell. Let me go ahead and get this let me get this IMDb up for you guys to check out real quickly. All right. So I had to just slide over here because I just want to know who else was he working with, right? So I started kind of like going through, you know what I'm saying? Looking at, I see that he's an actor. More so I wanted to see what were the shows that he's worked on like more than 5 times, okay? Meaning that you're going to have to come across these people very much so like often, like on a regular basis. And we see that he's done like 14 episodes of All Rise, 19 of The Queen's Men, 7 from the Boys, Saints and Sinners, 26 episodes. All right, from 2016 to 2022 now. Let's see what else he got over here. 10 episodes with In Contempt. Right. So as I'm going through, I'm like, these are the ones I really want to like hone in on and kind of like look and see who the directors were, the producers and stuff like that. But then when he said the 15 years, that's when I had to do some calculating and subtracting. And I said, now, wait a minute. It's been going on for years. What were you doing in 2008? So I'm scrolling. Now, sometimes the actors don't always put every single project that they've worked on IMDb. Not all of them make it on there. But I did see What's Done in the Dark. So What's Done in the Dark, this one is a Tyler Perry production. But I only see this one, okay? This is one of the ones that he did work on. Looks like it was a play in 2008. I'm just telling y'all what it is that I saw over there on the IMDb. I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. I'm just trying to identify who this man may have worked with during that periodically time. Okay. You have this other thing that was called Moonlight, and then you have Zane's SEX Chronicles. So those were 3 things that he's noting on his IMDb that he has worked on. Now, who is Zane's? Who is that? Do they have the producers and stuff on here? I'm trying to see who is the cast and crew on this one. Well, more so the crew, but they have everything like mixed in. Let me see. But I'll be honest and say it's like a reoccurring though. You know, I feel like during that time, 2008, I think he's done quite a few projects with, you know, that particular company. If y'all know who I'm talking about, TP. Okay. It seems like he did way more work with them, you know, doing plays, traveling and stuff. So it's crazy because it's leaning towards them. And then you're labeling them as a billionaire as well. So yeah, it's not looking so good. And then you're saying that this person has a distinctive voice, so we know who is going to be that you're talking about. Again, not looking good. It is giving the obvious in so many words. It really is. But oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay, somebody said he said 18 years, not 18 years, not 15. Well, if it's 18, then I mean he started clocking with TP back in 2005. For like, you know, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Medea Goes to Jail 2006, What's Done in the Dark 2008. So if we really clocking that far back, then yikes. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be 2005. And I'm just going off of what's on the I'm just going off on what he got on his IMDb. So if you needed some things to line up, at least that's what I did. You know, it looks like it's lined. I mean, with the clues he has, and then you go over here to the IMDb, and it backtracks to 2005. Yikes! Leo says Christian is playing in our faces. He's never going to name anyone. He wants a settlement and use this as a way to send a message to this person. Thank you so much for the super chat. He said that he purposely allowed the statute of limitations to die out because it's not about money for him. So that's what he's saying. He said it's not about the money at all. So for him, you know, say what you want. He not on that same tip. Okay, I'm just telling you what he said. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sasha says, can we read some of the comments off the live? Absolutely. I will go back to that and read those. Thank you for the super chat. So what about the lady who grabbed his peen? And you know that I want to know who that was too, Tranquil Living. Who was he talking about? Because at one point it sounded like he was talking about a person that he is actively working with. Right. And the only show I know him affiliated with at this particular time is All the Queen's Men. So it just had me a little questionable. But as he continued to talk, it sounded like it could have been something of the past. So I'm not sure. But I will say this. He definitely was talking about multiple people. And it sounded like he was talking about more than one billionaire as well. That's Black. Thank you for the super chat. So it seemed like he was getting into a variety of people. It's not just one. I think he's just saying one of them is so notable that when we find out about it, we're going to be shocked and shook because we created a particular perception of this person. And, you know, they made sure that we created a particular perception of them as well. So we are going to be definitely shocked when we find out. Now, when it comes to another billionaire, this is another person, from my understanding, that also invests in, you know, different types of companies. Okay. And I do believe entertainment industry is one of them. All right. So this is unfortunately Robert Smith. This is who the people was, you know, talking about down in the comments. Okay. He is the CEO of Vista Equity Property Partners. I want to look that up because I just want to see what they do for real. Do they have a website or anything? Oh, marketing leading investment firm. Okay. We invest in enterprise software, data, and technology companies through private equity, permanent capital, credit, and public equity investment strategies. Okay. What y'all portfolio look like? Okay, just over here, just scrolling, trying to see what he got going on. Okay. Sales, marketing, legal, financial, insurance. Okay. I'm just scrolling. I'm sorry, y'all don't see this, but I'm just on his website trying to see the type of companies that he's invested in. Okay, I do see sports, entertainment, and recreation. So I mean, he got it's a long list. It's a long list of different companies that he invests in. But anywho, the people is trying to put this man name in it, and I don't know if this man has anything to do with it, him nor his company. But I will say that the people putting his name in it. So y'all know I had to come over here and find out from Google whether or not he had made any investments recently. I'm sorry, not investments, but whether he has paid any tuition. And according to this article on Ed Surge, okay, they're saying that in 2020 he paid off Morehouse grad's debt. Now Robert Smith is trying income-based financing at HBCUs. Okay, in September 2019, the Vista Equity Partners CEO Robert followed through on his pledge, paying $34 million to settle the loan debt for the nearly 400 students who graduated that spring from Morehouse College. Now, if you heard what Christian was saying, Christian did allege that this person has paid off tuition. Okay. And then he goes on to say, he explains the situation that happened with he and that person. And then he says, I want to air them out too. So when he said two, it's giving in addition to just the original person he was speaking on. I started questioning whether or not could he be talking about Diddy, only because Diddy has already been in the news. It's been hot. The block been hot for him with all of the other allegations out there. And then I know last year and this year, he definitely donated a lot of money to schools, but technically he donated money to schools, but I don't recall Diddy actually paying off tuition. You know what I'm saying? Like Diddy has given money to schools, but I don't recall them saying Diddy has paid off tuition for students. So then when this person dropped it in the chat, shout out to where is it? Only one Adrian. I had to look this up for myself. So I'm like, oh snap. When he says a person that paid off a lot of tuition for a few people, I looked this man up and I see that he done paid it off for like 400. And I'm like, whoa. Well, I don't know, girl. You know, I'm just going off what Christian said too, you know, so I don't know. I don't know if he had anything to do with this or not. Okay. But, you know, that's what was really going on. Thank you for the super chat. Elite Leo says it will be a private settlement in order for him not to go to the police, not an actual lawsuit. Got you because of it expiring. Bet we'll never hear a name. Thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, you could have a point on that. You definitely could have a point. I mean, maybe this live that he did could have been to sound the alarms. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it was. Him admitting, finally getting it up off his chest that this person did this to me, so I could finally speak about it in public, but not say any name in hopes of, you know, settling some things behind the scenes. So we'll just have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. I feel like quite a few people are going to start questioning his motive. I feel like people are going to start, like, you know, kind of discrediting him and saying, then why did you do this long, elaborate live when the time that it took to do this live, you could have been down at the police station turning in all of the tapes. So people are definitely going to try and come for him. And I just want to see how he's going to handle that. I mean, he said it quite a few times towards the end of the video, how this weight has been very heavy. We're going to have a conversation. He's going to turn this stuff in. He's going to turn it in. He's going to turn it in. He said that quite a few times. So people are going to be looking forward to him actually following through with what he said. And if he doesn't, then they probably going to be back over there on his head top. Like, so what's this for play? What's this for show? Like, was you just, what was this all for? Okay. So someone wanted to get into a few of the comments that were over on the live. Okay, so Elise Neal, who's also an actress, she got into the comments and says, my brother, I understand and I completely am with you. I've been in these situations and I'm proud of you. Like, I'm proud of myself for always taking the long route. Love you. Okay. Gary Owen, who's a comedian, also says, sorry you had to go through this and have been carrying this with you for so long. Like, yeah, like 18 years. That's a lot. That's a lot of weight to hold on to. And to be, I guess you say fake. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't damage your career and you're able to still get what it is that you want out of your career. And you got to sit up here and play nice and be fake. I hate that for him. Someone says, we believe you now. Any evidence and will always have your back and support. Tell your truth when you're ready, but know that even without a name, your voice has already freed many. Okay. Someone says, for all the folks that's speculating and naming names, he should block you. Christian can tell his story or drop a name when he is ready. You should be careful about speaking someone's name / defamation of character without proof. Very true. And does the name matter at this moment in time? Are you in support of Christian or are y'all just waiting on a name? Some of these comments, I roll. Okay. So I agree with that person. That's why I'm like, everybody is speculating on what they think, but you definitely have to be careful. I feel like people like myself, Christian, have to be more careful than you guys in the comments when you make certain accusations, because it just hits different when you just on a public platform typing in your comments and just giving, your comments down below versus giving your commentary, on a video. That's why I can't say whether it was TP. I can't say whether it was a Diddy. I can't say whether it was a Robert Smith. This people is alleging. I can't. I mean, I could look at things and see how they line up to me, but I can't go on record and just be like, it was this person, it was that person, it was this person, because I don't know. When he say a name, I'll say a name, child. But I can't say who I think the fans are speculating, okay? Because there were a lot of people in the comments. Like this person here, Drip Queen, says he's talking about Tyler Perry. This man been in damn near each thing. And who else our hero? It ain't Brown. Yikes. Somebody says, I wonder if it's TP. Someone says, salute to you for speaking out, brother. We support you and got your back on this side. All right. But those weren't the only comments. There was a lot of people in the comments saying who they think it is. I mean, a lot of people. So we just going to have to wait and see if Christian drops any more nuggets or give us a hard name or if any audio. Let me tell y'all, I guarantee y'all TMZ is on his line right now trying to get that audio. I guarantee they are trying to see if they can get that audio by Monday morning so that they could drop it. But he not going to give it to him. This man been holding on to this stuff for 18 years. He's not finna drop. He not finna give y'all this audio. I wouldn't. And if he did, I think it's going to make people question him. Like how you give it to TMZ but not give it to the police, So I do also think that once he got on the phone with his brother and his other friend, they probably talked him off the ledge. I really feel that way. I feel like they convinced him to probably not turn in any records or anything. I mean, you could tell by the way they kept interrupting his live because they kept calling him. So I can imagine what those conversations are after the fact, So, yeah, girl, this is a crazy situation here. It is absolutely it's crazy. And this has been the year of exposure for the entertainment industry. It's just sad. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to come to y'all, give y'all this update, give y'all a bit of my commentary and stuff. Yeah, and hear what you guys have to say about it. Somebody says, can't just get out here and have people assume who and possibly damage someone's rep. Yeah, if it isn't that person, true. So that's why it's important to say a name if you're going to out, or at least if you're going to put it all out there. Gotcha. Yeah, I think you got a point there. Because then when you do that and you don't really say a name, it definitely gives like this message is for you and you know who you are. I'm letting you know I'm tap dancing, but you're gonna keep trying me and I'm gonna stomp on your ass in just a minute. So it's giving like a little piece of a warning, maybe. So I don't know. We're gonna see. But I definitely believe him, though. I do believe that happened to him. I do. I do. And I feel like a lot of men in the industry don't talk about it out of shame. A lot of them, I truly believe, have been propositioned for sure. Or may have been violated completely, went all the way, because they had this whole thing called the actor's couch and stuff like that, where, people would do certain things, folks would allege. So it's a dangerous game out there, girl. It's giving busted wide open for the entertainment industry lately. But that's all that I got, honey. I just wanted to come to y'all with a little piece. Make sure that you guys are liking up the video, as we had over 1,400 people in the chat with us today. Okay, so definitely like up the video. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. Okay, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like Soldier Rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't